Hello YouTube. So I wanted to do just a quick video talking about religion and power. And this is in response to Rand Campbell. Apparently somebody has been offering him the objection that the Bible was written to keep people in line, or the Bible was written to control people. I don't know of anybody who says this. But, they're wrong. I, as an atheist, can tell you that they're wrong, and to my knowledge, I don't know if anybody seriously says that. What I would say is that the reasonable position, at least, is that the Bible wasn't written to do anything, and there is no one who wrote the Bible. There are, of course, many authors of the Bible written in very different times who likely had very different reasons for writing the Bible. So there's no singular purpose at work in the Bible. That's a mistake already. Now, I will say that the canonization of the Bible, right, to take these texts and to say this is one work, that gesture was political. You can look into the history of it. I don't think that you need me to go into it, but other than to say, there's a rival group who canonized the Bible, or who made their own canon, so now we make our canon in response to their canon to put down this other group. Like, that's how the Bible got put together, right? So the canonization of the Bible was a political gesture. I don't think it can be thought through completely apart from the politics of it, put it that way. There are obviously passages in the Bible, or sections of the Bible, that very clearly are meant to keep people in line. Leviticus, for instance, just lists upon lists of when you sell your goat, make sure you get a good price, and all sorts of rules. Beating your slaves are okay. So these kinds of rules are present. But those are obviously ways of keeping people in line. Now, I do reject the existence of a God, so as such, it seems to me to be reasonable to suggest that somebody wrote those passages with the intention of keeping somebody in line. So those passages become political under that lens. It doesn't say anything about the whole Bible. It just says something about particular passages in particular places of the Bible. And I think even a theist probably has to at least deal with that point. And as far as I'm aware, the two most well-known articulations of the relationship between religion and power are Marx and Nietzsche, and neither of them say what you said, and they both actually say the opposite. For Nietzsche, and these are specifically about Christianity. For Nietzsche, Christianity is the slave religion. That is an articulation of and an encouragement of powerlessness, right? It's not an assertion of power. It's that we are the dominated, and we will moralize our domination. We will say, the people who are dominating us say that wealth is good, so we're going to say that poverty is good, right? Because we're all poor, right? So for Nietzsche, this is how it goes. It's a moralization of being dominated. So that's obviously the exact opposite of an account of saying that the Bible was written to, keep people in line or something. The other one is Marx in his thesis on Feuerbach. I can never pronounce that properly. Marx has the famous line, religion is the opium of the people. And the point of that line is that religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, and to demand that man give up his illusions is the demand for man to give up a condition that requires illusions, right? So it's not for Marx that that we produce religion to hold people in line. It's that we produce religion to deal with the fact that we are held in line. And it reinforces it too. I mean, shouldn't be unclear about that. It does reinforce our own bondage, but it's the bondage comes first, not the religion. So, and this is why atheism can be read as an emancipatory project. This is why Christopher Hitchens reads it as an emancipatory project. And other, Mikhail Bakunin, for instance, Emma Goldman, there are plenty of figures in history who have read atheism as an emancipatory project. But the line after that is it's a beautiful line of writing. Criticism of religion has plucked the imaginary flowers from the chain, not so that man may bear the chain without hope or consolation, but that man may break the chain and cull the living flower, right? So clearly there's just a very different conception of the relationship between religion and power, of which there is a relationship. I don't think that you can get around that. Classically speaking, atheism has a completely different relationship, and I think that I've also filled in the gaps and given you a slightly more modern conception of the relationships between religion and power, though I could probably talk about it all day. So I just wanted to say that I think that you actually got the relationship backwards. And yeah, thank you very much, and have a good day.